It's not your job that's a problem. It's not your boss that's a problem. It is your mindset that's the issue. It's your mindset and your body, and deep down, you know it. Let's talk about what's happening right now that you're currently out of shape, and then we'll talk about what happens when you actually are in shape and how your life is better. Right now, let me paint a picture for you and let me know if this resonates, right? You wake up, you go to work, you don't like your life, you're maybe like the more chubby guy at the office, or you don't have a lot of muscle, you're kind of skinny fat, you have some love handles, you don't feel good. You're stuck in the cycle. Maybe you're doing good at work, but maybe it's time for a change. Maybe you've just been, kind of living in the, you feel like you're kind of living in a simulation. You feel like you're just showing up, but you're not showing up at your best. You feel groggy, low energy, and you just don't really feel excited about anything in life. That's what happens when you're out of shape. That's what happens when you don't take care of your health. But when you actually get into shape, here are some things that actually happen that actually improve your life. First of all, you stop waking up with exhaustion and you actually wake up jumping out of bed with excitement. Right now, you're kind of, you're hitting the snooze button a couple times. You're not excited to go to work. You don't really feel fulfilled. You don't feel like you have a purpose. When you're in shape, jacked, and have that healthy mindset and everything is better, you wake up with a burst of energy ready to tackle the day because you know that this is another day to test your body, to push your body to the limits, to have a hard work day and earn some money so you can provide for yourself or provide for your family, that you can eat healthy food. It's another opportunity to do your best. That's the mindset that you wake up with when you are in good shape. Second is a big one. You actually start liking how you look. I know that right now. You roll out of bed, hit the snooze button, go to the washroom, and before you take a shower, you take off your shirt and you look at yourself for a good 30 seconds to a minute, and you kind of slouch down because you feel bad about yourself. You kind of stick your stomach out and you just kind of look depressed in the mirror, and you do that every single day for 30 minutes before you take a shower or when you take your shirt off when you see a mirror. Or maybe you even avoid mirrors and you feel crappy. That's what's happening right now because you're out of shape. And obviously that unconfidence leads to you feeling unconfident in other areas of life, like dating or even in work, right? So when you get in shape, of course you start actually liking how you look, right? You wake up and you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, you know what? I'm making good progress. I actually like the way I look. Then you put that white t-shirt on and you can't see your love handles anymore. You can't see your man boobs and you feel even better. You're like, damn, I really am starting to look good. And you just feel more excited about everything in life. You feel like you have more of a passion. You have that oomph basically, because you know that, at least if everything else fails, at least you're jacked and at least you take care of yourself. At least you feel good about yourself. Third is work stress doesn't annoy you anymore. Yes, it's always there, but you realize that, okay, you've got your health in check. You eat good, you train hard, you do your best, you leave it all in the field. That work stress no longer is a problem because it can't get into your mindset, right? You know that every single day, like you bulletproof your mindset by training hard, by eating hard. You put in that discipline and you know that, okay, deep down, I'm confident with my body. I'm confident with myself. And no matter what happens, no matter what they say, it doesn't matter to you. Even if you're stressed at work in a bit, like deep down, before, maybe even right now, that stress is getting to you and it's coming with you on the way home, and you're thinking about work all the time. And then you think about, oh my God, I'm stressed with work. I'm stressed with how I don't like. I'm stressed with how I don't like how I look, right? That goes away because you get that healthy mindset and you realize, you know what? Work is work. I'll get back to it when I'm done tomorrow. But right now, it's a good day. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm jacked. I'm looking my best. Work stress, it can wait for tomorrow. Because when you're healthy, you just are in such a better mental state. And maybe you don't understand that right now, and that's fine. But that's why I urge you to get in shape, because your whole outlook on life changes. Number 4 is that you stop chasing validation. Right now, maybe you are caught up in buying, okay, I need the nicest watch to impress my coworkers, or I need to flex on my friends because I want to flex this nicer car. I want to flex that I have whatever it may be. But you're flexing because you're kind of trying to overcompensate for the way you look. You don't like how you look, and you're kind of pushing that agenda on other people, right? You're pushing the idea that, you know what, deep down I'm not happy and I'm gonna flex on other people to make it seem like I actually am happy. I actually am successful in this way. But no matter how many cars you flex, how many watches you flex, how much money you say that you have, how much your expensive Japan trips are, you're not happy with the way you look, and you're not happy with when you actually get in shape, You don't need that validation because, again, deep down, you have that confidence. You know that. You know, under the shirt, I take care of myself. I don't need other people's validation because I know I put in the work. You don't need to flex on your friends, to flex on your coworkers, saying that you have the next biggest thing. You don't need to feel like you need to play catch up with the latest trends because none of that actually matters to you when you get in shape. Because when you actually get in shape, the only thing that matters is just improving yourself and bettering your life and bettering how you look. Number 5 is a huge one, and it's that you start actually respecting yourself. Right now, you're treating yourself just not how you should be. You're putting your health on the back burner. You show up to work like as literally a shell of a man right now because you don't like how you look. You don't like how you're feeling. You don't like how you're treating yourself. That's why it's so important to get in shape, because you start treating yourself correctly. You start looking at yourself in the light that you should be, right? When you get in shape, you'll respect yourself because you are taking care of yourself. If you're not taking care of your one and only body, of course you're not going to respect yourself because you know that deep down you're not doing everything you can. When you do everything you can, you put in the work, you eat good, you sleep well, you work out hard, eat clean, take the right supplements, and move your body the right way, you don't need, you obviously show that you respect yourself, that you take care of yourself, and nothing else matters because clearly you respect yourself. You stop breaking promises saying, okay, no more Netflix after work, I'm gonna go to the gym today. But then you ended up sitting watching Netflix and binging on a bunch of chips, right? Once you stop breaking promises to yourself, once you start actually following through on the promises that you say to yourself and others, you actually say, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym, and you actually go through with it. I'm gonna eat clean, and you actually stay with this diet. I'm gonna level up, and you actually do. That confidence, like that basically stacks. It's like every gym session is a receipt. Every meal clean is a receipt. And time after time again, you build up the stack of undeniable proof. That's what confidence really is. And then it's gonna start showing. And then literally once that happens, the ball gets rolling. Action of getting these receipts stacked creates the motivation. Then that motivation helps with the action. And then in time, like your whole life is transformed because you start getting the ball rolling, start putting in that work. And lastly, you start becoming the guy that other guys notice. I know that we all have that one guy in our head who seems to treat and carry themselves differently, like in a better way. And we kind of look up to them in a way where it's like, damn, that person, I know they treat themselves right. I know they're happy. I know they're confident with themselves. And I want to be like that. We, or you specifically, can be like that as well, right? Of course, I hold myself up to high standards as well. And I'm always thinking of like, okay, how can I be more like this person? Because I aspire to be like them because they're living the life I want to live, right? For you, it might be the other person as well. Damn, this person, man, I want to be like this guy. That guy, like they walk into the room and you just notice their presence. You literally feel their confidence because you know that they're in shape, right? All of that comes when you get in shape. Right now, you might not be respected. You might be the fattest guy in the office and people don't really respect you when you talk. When you get in shape and you're jacked, people literally treat you differently. Life is so much better. People actually listen to you. Guys, they listen to you, and girls, they start looking at you more, right? You actually go on more dates because you're more attractive, but not only you're more attractive, you're more confident, right? So once you're more confident and more attractive, literally everything in life is better. That's what happens when you get in shape. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you feel stuck, you feel soft, and you're frustrated, this is your sign. Getting in shape is not just about vanity. It's actually about freedom from those mental thoughts that are actually holding us back and ruining our lives every time we think about them. Yes, transforming your body and transforming your life does take time, but it's well worth it. And if who I described sounds like you and you want to live the life that I just described, then book a call with me in the description below, and we will come up with a game plan to destroy those and we will come up with a game plan to eliminate those struggles and actually get you to your goals and where you want to be. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.